Duran Customz interview, man. Mural 1, Eric Martinez, man, on graffiti art and the hip hop culture, brother. Welcome to Duran Customz, man.
All
DJ
right.
Mayo in the
you.
building.
What's up,
What's up, DJ Mayo? You're back to back with DJ Mayo, man.
You want to get in closer, Phil?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So,
Do you
man,
want me to
tell us,
give a little background on me, or do you have questions you want to hit me with, Ryan?
what was it in your early upbringing that got you introduced, to the art, the culture of graffiti, brother?
So when I was a youngster, even real young, I liked drawing. I felt it would keep me occupied.
Yeah.
And I would go to that, some kids go to sports or go to building. I would go and I would start drawing, doodling,
Nice,
So about, I want to say, right about puberty time, maybe 10 to 12. I was up by Reno. I remember going with friends of the family. We were on a little road trip.
Yeah.
I was in the motel and I saw a special on New York Graffiti.
Wow.
And I was like, oh damn, I think when I saw it was like a CBS or like a 60 Minutes, something like that, a journalist input. But I remember seeing like the duck. I think it was like a Donald Duck smoking a cigar.
Wow.
I think it was Scene and
That's cool.
who else?
That's dope.
It was images I remember seeing later on in Subway Art.
Yeah.
The Pig Off books. I believe that was one of the first prints that came out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Bible, I feel, for us, because on the West Coast we didn't have that. We were I didn't see that. I saw mostly gangster writing, like old Picassos, like old English, block letters. I was born in the harbor area of San Pedro, so there was the ranch was there, and it was traditional. I'd say traditional placazos from Varios there.
Yeah.
But when I saw this, I'm like, oh man,
This is
something I'm into.
Yeah.
And it was ironic too, because I was choking in school with art. I think I was even failing art class, because a lot of it was like macrame projects, maybe of ceramic sculpting that it wasn't triggering me, wasn't moving me.
There was no interest in that.
It wasn't pulling me, man. So about this time, my dad died first, and then my grandfather. So I just got real bitter, man. I was like almost like a self-destructive move. But I started jacking cans from garages, I remember. If people left them out, I'd go swipe them. So I'd go down in San Pedro off of Gaffey where the 110 ends. There's a canyon there. I would go paint right there. And I'd go down by where the ports of call was. There was railroad tracks down there.
Yeah. Nice.
Where the fish market is, right?
Yeah.
So right on the back of those tracks, it was a big yard right there. And locals were starting to paint. There was some dudes come in, they said, oh, they're from New York. I didn't know if they were or not, but I knew their shit was dope. One was this dude Nacho, I think it was Nacho? Flip.
Wow.
This dude Flip was getting up in the city. I'm like, damn, these look dope. They look like what I saw.
Damn.
Right, there was some kid named Sketch up in the north, Park West. Sketch.
I don't know. Is it
I don't
the same
know
one
if it's
that's up everywhere?
I don't know. No, this was a while ago, man. This is probably 80s.
Oh, okay.
I'd say 84, maybe 86.
Okay. Yeah.
This dude was doing badass wild style pieces, super complex compared to where everyone else was. I was like, oh, this homie knows some shit. And the other one that came when they painted was Flame. And I think that's Mr. Cartoon now.
Oh, okay.
So when this dude was younger,
he was a graffiti artist, right?
Yeah.
Cartoon. That's badass, brother.
He dropped some pieces in San Pedro that they looked like aliens did them. When we saw him, we're like, damn.
This guy's on a whole other level.
Yeah, these fools are on another level. The techniques,
the
style,
the flowing.
I was like, damn, man, these homies are on point, right? So I just started getting into it there. I would go paint, and I didn't know really about tagging, bus mobbing, and that. That came when I moved out here to the SGV. That was kind of like my roots.
What part of the SGV you moved to?
I moved to San Gabriel.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Temple City, right on the borderline for a little bit.
All right.
And then from there, I went to Alhambra.
Okay.
And Alhambra is where we made the crew that I'm from right now, SDK crew.
SDK crew.
That was made in Alhambra in 1988. I want to say around August or December is when we made that. And we were little dudes, so we didn't know. We were like, oh, I was in a crew in San Gabriel, BKR, a little crew. We had started having
Is
fights.
Felon from SDK?
Felon? I don't know if Felon. I don't think so. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And there's two. There's one STK in South Central, which is Shoot to Kill.
Yeah.
Ours is Sworn to Kill in Alhambra. So ours, two different ones. There's one in South Central. I don't know if they're still painting right now. I know they started moving more towards gangbanging. So I don't know if that's where they are. But we were too. Our crew was the same. In the 90s, it was
a lot of them
it was rough, man, you know.
Any questions, brother? Well, jump in there anytime.
I'm listening to the story still.
No, that's
co-hosting my Jesus. Remember that?
No, I thank you guys, man, for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely.
No, it's weird because for me going through it kind of brings back like where
memories, right?
looking back down the trail, you know. But yeah, brother, I moved there. I want to say about 16. I had got put in placement and taken from my mom's when I was 14. They were like, man, you're running them up. San Pedro, right? I wouldn't listen to her. I was just, I would walk over and just go do what I wanted to do. I got arrested a few times. I think we were stealing cars. I remember.
I was gonna say, was it for the graffiti or was it something different?
We would. If somebody left their keys in their shit, I would jump in and take off.
Oh, shit,
you know. So I don't know. I was 14, 15. I was young, man. I remember being young. One homie a little older than me, junior. We were tight.
We learned through living. You know what I'm saying, brother? Hey, man, through experience, bro. So,
and I don't regret it, actually. I mean, I maybe the impact on the people, I took their shit. But what I went through, no, you know.
Kind of shapes you to who you are later on. And in retrospective,
I
feel that, brother. I feel that, Richard. I feel that.
Definitely.
I appreciate more.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yep.
When was it that music touched you, and how did you get into hip hop over like all the other types of music?
For me, hip hop had it was like Disneyland. You could be on your own in Disneyland in a room, because it was you could mix from the music. You could break if you could break. I used to break before I was fatter. You know, when I was younger, we were breaking. We had
I always tried to break. I couldn't break.
We had a little boombox. I remember I was going to the malls, Del Amo Mall in the South Bay. Fools from all over, Wilmington, Torrance. We'd go over there. Fools would have little linoleum cardboard. We'd at the bus stop in the parking. I remember
the Chinese
fools
slippers.
Used to battle. Fucking parachute pants. Fools in fucking Adidas suits or my shit. That's a fake ass shit.
Or the hat. The hat with the flaps in the back. That would.
Dog. Old vintage streetwear. Kangos. Fools rocking Kangos like fucking New York style. You know. But no, I remember that. And then I liked art, so graffiti fit in there.
It was a whole
and rapping. I loved. That's what we would listen to when we were drawing, chilling. So,
was there any particular song that caught your attention that drew you to that?
Rakim, man. Rakim to me was the man. To right now, still I like Harris too, but Rakim shit, man. The his microphone fiend. I ain't no joke. The lyrics are very. I was like, yep. The DJs were scratching at that time. We were lucky here, I feel, in LA because we had K-Day. With the Mac Attack, 1580, man.
KGFJ.
But the Uncle Jam's Army, man. And I'm learning more about them now because I would listen to them and record the shit. You know, when you had the cassettes and you fucking
Mixmaster Tony
right?
G.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, what radio station did you mention right now besides K-Day?
KGFJ.
KGFJ. Were they jazz and R&B soul?
They were R&B and soul, and then they started going towards hip hop, and hip hop started making its impression, and they were on the air around the same time K-Day was doing stuff, and so I would come home from school. I was like 6th, 7th grade, and I had chores that I had to do, clean up, and then do my homework and stuff. So I'd be in the backyard. I'd take my radio in the backyard to do my chores, pick up after the dog, sweep, whatever. And I would record the traffic jams because during traffic hour, they would have these traffic jams that DJs would mix. And I would just hit play and record. I'd record on my cassettes all the mixes that they would do.
That would be
and it was a lot of the upcoming music that you'd hear on the weekends at clubs or whatever else. 1580 and KGFJ. And then a few years later on, towards like the mid to late 80s, KJLH started playing hip-hop.
I remember them.
K-Ace started playing hip hop.
Who was some of the DJ stuff for that radio station that you mentioned?
There was one particular DJ, and it's not the one that was with the Beastie Boys, but he was called Magic Mike. If I'm not mistaken, it was Magic Mike or DJ Magic Mike, I think it was. And he did this mix with Buffalo Gals and Canine by One Way. And he would go, it'd be like, and then you can I or something like that. He was just the fader all the way over.
Oh, shit.
It was like a simple mix, but then you just go back and forth with it, and everyone was raving about this mix. And then maybe a year or two later, he died in a motorcycle accident. From what I heard, he crashed into a tree or something like that.
That's crazy, dog.
But he was up and coming, and he was doing like these crazy mixes, not necessarily scratching or anything. But
the
he was
blend
making
or
an
how
impact with the way he mixed stuff. Where people were like, "Whoa, this dude's."
What I like is when they fucking make statements when they're turntabling.
They're talking. Like different records.
Dude, that's what we're just.
I love that. One of them I saw was a battle, like a. What is that? The DMC. It looked like a DMC battle, right?
Yeah.
Man, this little young Asian homie gets up there, and I think it's the top billing. If you step up, you'll get hurt, right?
Yeah. Oh,
man, homeboy's juggling that. Audio too. So he's juggling, and then he pauses. He's like, if you step up, you'll get hurt. I'm like,
shit.
Fuck, homeboy. He's like, toot. I was like, damn. And then I like when they'll put the fader in the middle too. Yeah. And then motherfuckers are just using their hands, right? Keeping beat with keeping juggling. I love that. I love that, man.
Or changing the beat. With that, the same beat, but making a different beat with it.
I love that, man. I love when you have that sense of the rotation, right? And the beat.
I never got that skilled at that type of mixing.
No, not yet.
Like I could blend and I could do a little stretch in there.
Give me your props,
battle style DJing, I was
like that DMC style.
That shit is dope, man.
It's dope, bro.
And extreme coordination.
Yeah, I love it.
It's an instrument, dog. Your turntables, your system.
It's using your eyes, your ears,
everything.
And your hands.
All those senses, dog. All those senses.
A lot of times they put little markers on the record.
Yeah, I see that.
So they know
I'll
where.
see a little dot sometimes.
But I've seen DJs pick up a needle and put it
right on
the record, back and forth. While it's playing,
and
that's just some really insane
That's when
stuff.
I know a person knows their shit.
Yeah,
right?
that's just
so it's safe to say that Rakim is your.
I'd say that's my favorite, man.
This guy.
I like
KRS-One, huh?
I like the Project Loadheads too. You know, I like AC Alone, Freestyle Fellowship from right here. I'd say Mike and Nine. I would say those are my favorite, like hometown hitters, like here.
Yeah.
You know, I like the Soul Assassins too. But dudes really getting flowing. I thought Blow and them were killing it. You know, I'm learning more now about, like, I went to the Root Down. I went to Ballistics a couple times with homie from, is it Faustino? From remember, Married with Children?
David Faustino.
David Faustino. He had a couple little hip-hop clubs out in Hollywood.
He was big on hip-hop.
We went to the Root Down right there off of Melrose, I want to say, in the 10. It almost looked like a house. I love those, too, because they had a little bit of, like, reggae, a little bit of little b-boy ragamuffin, and then some hip-hop. Supposed to be breaking in there. You could blow, you could smoke in there, you know. So I like those, but I'm learning now. I've been watching documentaries about the good life, about, what's his name? I met K-Pook, the mayor. K-Pook and this dude, I got him, Orlando. I think his name's Orlando. They did an interview one time with me in Hollywood. I learned a lot. Ralph M. the Mexican was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ralph M. So I
Funk Dubious.
Man, on my birthday, brother, that came to the house and fucking DJ'd at my crib.
Oh, no way.
I came home. I had a keg. We were gonna have a little.
Ralph M, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
The girls that I worked with doing the Black Book session, they knew K-Pook, and they're like, yeah, Mural. I was chilling, they pulled up, and I saw them. I'm like, what the fuck you guys doing there? Right? These dudes sets up some tables.
That's fucking badass.
And we're there in my driveway. I was like, damn, man. People were like, because they're our age, we're all listening to the old school. The girls like freestyle shit, like Lookout Weekend, that kind of like Lisa. Trinier, So it was just awesome, brother. We were.
You didn't get no videos of that?
I think I do. I think I have a couple of people do, I was just grateful, man, to have someone I listened to, and that helped me make art. And us kind of have them in my space to do that for me.
Say an exchange of energy.
Yeah, an exchange,
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
have you at my crib, where I raise my family, where I live. You know what I mean? It's like it's a private space. So that's like when those people are at my spot. Sometimes the strangers that come, they're invited, but. No, most of the time it's people I'm down with when we're having a meal, barbecuing, little asada. It's usually people I'm tight with there at my home,
Cool, brother.
But that's one of those elements of hip hop. I guess how we started this. Though all of them were interesting to me. and you just had to build something. Like even right now, I'm an old dude. I'm 53, so I'm not really a big AI guy. I'm like, man, do my report. Hey, do this for me. Do that. I'm like, man, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna build. You're gonna design. You're gonna cut something, or you're just gonna tell the computer to make you a mix.
Yeah.
I don't respect that shit.
No.
I like fools when they're still out. Like you see them carving, painting, working,
do
welding.
To be creative,
like,
man.
Shit, bro, you building
your
it?
hand, putting thought before you actually putting it together, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right, with your hands.
Yeah.
You're dealing with ups and downs. You know, I'm not against using because I work with a computer.
Yeah.
I'm not against using it to lay it out. Maybe the frame. Yeah. You know, your rim design and shit. Maybe you send it to the CC printers. Right. I like those. When they cut out a billet of aluminum, they make product. Hey, all right, if you design that, more power to you, motherfucker. Because you can maybe make that and sell it, help another homie, you know?
Yeah.
But I really get my rocks off on shit that's one of a kind made.
No, yeah,
like
definitely.
If it's a motorcycle, a painting,
because it's art, dog.
A figure.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, this is one of these. I made this motherfucker.
I made these motherfuckers.
Like, I hold it like, don't drop it, don't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, that's what I take pride in. Like, ain't no 3D printing, dog, because if the fucking internet goes down, dog, I still got my skills, dog. Yeah, you're assed out, but I still got my skills to, scope and mold and like design and like,
Like I'm a dinosaur, brother, right? So I feel like, am I passing old information? Like this old bastard, what are you talking about? Right?
No, that's true, bro. That's
you're
true.
100% right. I told graphic designers, hey, know how to draw and do some fonts. Yeah. Because exactly. The power goes out and this PC goes down, your laptop.
Yeah. What are we left with? Yeah.
Unless you could get a brush out and get your ink put out, like lay it out and get the job there to who you're working for, right?
Yeah.
Because that's it. Even I could see it even when Portugal and Spain went down the other day in the blackout.
Yeah.
People were scurrying, panicking. The kids' milk. If you're diabetic, insulin gets hot, right? You're like, ice. Yeah. Right? You start thinking, oh shit. How fragile our civilization or our things we built on.
I'm big on Dual Survivor, bro. That's why I've been watching Dual Survivor, bro. I put that shit on repeat.
You gotta know.
The whole fucking put the fucking in the back. Baby. That's a fridge, homie.
You gotta know, brother. I watched because gangster shit is gonna happen. I've watched Alone a lot. You know, where they go out in the woods.
Hell yeah. Alone's a good shit.
I start feeling for these motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Tap out, bro.
Yeah, tap the fuck out.
They're fucking skinny. They're out there trying to fish. It's freezing. I'm like, damn. One of them I saw, homeboy was doing good. And he had his food out on a tree branch, right? Yeah. He thought, the animals won't get to because they jacked him a couple times. These little animals, right? Yeah. This fool climbs out a little looks like a little, kind of like a beaver. A small animal like that. Fucking goes down.
Snagged it. Hey, bro.
Like,
you know what I noticed,
gotta
bro?
Be tough, you know?
Going on that alone, you could be a master of one skill, but if the elements just ain't on that, you know what? And
you're not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it.
And you gotta catch something to eat.
I see a lot of motherfuckers. They're like, dude, I'm gonna. And then, fuck no, bro.
And they're yoked. They're like Marines or SEALs. They're like,
bro.
This fool might make it.
Nah, bro. Alone's a good series, dog. You gotta watch that, bro.
They drop you off, brother. And it's like.
Yeah, you got to be able to survive in any element.
And you don't got shit.
Summer, winter.
Yeah, all of it. You go through a little bit, all of them. The harshest, brother. Yeah, it goes through a transition. When you get there, it's kind of, some trees. But no, there's a couple where I saw when they look out, it's just white.
Yeah, man.
It looks cold, like there ain't much out there alive.
Much out there, bro.
Nah.
I got you some water right here.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, what about rapping?
Oh man, I would rap.
How did you get?
I would rap in my room when I was drawing. I remember I was living with Angst. And Angst is a graffiti writer, a mean graffiti writer, old school, Rogelio Cabral. What's up, Angst? That's to your brother. Shout out to you. What up, Javi? I see you, man. What's up? LA Taco. He's the editor for LA Taco, his brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
what's up, you guys? You guys are strong.
Yeah.
Angst, though, man, I remember I was living in it was almost like a closet. It was a passageway in his pad. Mom threw me out. We got into a big ass fight. He was like, come with me, bro. So I went with him. I'd rap in there when I was drawing. And I remember one night he came in. He goes, hey, get out of the closet, bro. He's like, step to a mic one night. He called me out kind of, like, I hear you. I hear you in here. And you need to step up or step down quick. You know, I was like, oh shit, all right. Shit.
So he was kind of like your motivation.
Yeah, because he loved hip hop. He knew all that shit. He collected punk music. Angst is a trip.
Nah, hey, bro.
He's got 45s of old punk music, that he would trade with people in Europe. The other thing that he had that was mind blowing that creeped me out, he would collect these trolls from Norwegian countries, and they look real, bro.
Wow.
Their eyes, they had like clothing on them.
Damn.
You know, some had like canes.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? And they look like they come to life in that.
Oh,
might be like, I was like, oh shit,
right? That shit.
So he had weird things that he was into, but he was smart. Yeah. He is smart because he's not past.
Yeah.
But he tells me, hey, bro, you got to go for it. So I remember I believe I might have rapped a couple times before that, like in the backyard with the guys. But the one big one I remember was we were at the old county jail in downtown, by Dodger Stadium, right? Yeah. So we were there at a party, at an underground little little boogie there.
Backyard boogie.
And I remember it was the dance area of the room, and there was a little room that you went into. That's where the turntables were, and there was a little space in there with the mic. Yeah. So went in there, and I remember it was a black crew and a Mexican white crew. And it was like us on this side, the black homies on this side.
Yeah.
And we started ciphering. We started dissing each other. Feel it.
Shit, yeah.
And who was on the tables was DJ Kilu. Okay. Right? And what was bugging me was he would fucking switch the beats I felt on us and kind of do us a little dirty. And who got in for us was Rob One. Rest in peace to you, sir. I won't forget this. And I think it was Kero, K-E-R-O, a graffiti writer was with me. He could rap. Yeah. So we're going at it, right? And I'm getting my legs. I'm a little nervous, but I'm getting it. Yeah. I'm like, all right. And we're going at it with these homies. We're going back and forth on the DJs. And I remember this dude comes up and he goes, hey, it's over, bro. What? They're like, it's over. The show's over. Before leaving.
Oh, man.
Fuck it. We're still going for it, though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, what we do? We shake hands. It was felt like sports, like after a baseball game.
Yeah. Hey,
right? But after that, I was like, all right, I did it. I remember Angst like, yeah, you did it. Right? All right. So I just started going. I started going places, ciphers, freestyling. I met Phil.
Dude, that promoter, a black guy.
Who?
He introduced me to you. I was DJing on the west side, and he lived in San Gabriel at the time.
Yeah.
So there's no way we probably would have ever met.
Yeah.
You know, at that time it was around.
Yeah, because you were
it was in the
Santa
90s.
Monica area.
At the time I was near Westwood.
Oh, okay.
I was right on Westwood Boulevard near Pico. And I was at this little spot down Pico Boulevard.
Yeah.
That my dad used to play the drums at. And the lady who owned it still owned it. Yeah. And she would talk to us about my dad and back in the 70s when he used to play with his bands there. And me and my sister and her boyfriend at the time, me and him were DJing together. I got him into DJing because we both like music and stuff. And we talked to the lady, and that's when my sister found out that, my dad used to play there and all that. And so we're promoting there, and we're doing stuff, and I was playing some hip-hop, and this promoter goes, hey, I know his MC, you guys should meet up. He's really good and this and that. You kind of look like each other. And it's like, I guess with the mustache and go.
Dodgers fans.
And, so
Chicanos from fucking LA.
So he's like, this dude's really bad. You got to meet him, this and that. And I'm okay. I'm here. Every Wednesday or whatever day it was that we were there. And so the following week he brings Mural down, and Mural gets on the mic, and we just clicked. It was like we'd known each other for a long time or something.
Yeah.
And after he's emceeing, I was like, fuck. There's not too many, Mexican rappers that I knew at that time. Yeah. And he was flowing. I'm like, damn, this dude's dope. Like, so we exchanged, I think, numbers or something. Yeah. And I said, yeah, dude, I live up the street. If you want to come make some tapes, whatever. And I still have a couple of those tapes somewhere.
Yeah, we would get in there and get busy,
and
man.
He would just come and
crack some brew.
How many
sometimes
tapes did you guys make?
We made a lot. About 20 tapes or so.
Yeah.
I remember us going to
about 3 or 4.
Was it the Coconut Teaser? Was that what it was called?
I think
there was a venue. It was like a little downstairs, like a little bar, like a little Latino bar we'd go to sometimes. You'd be DJing, and we'd go there and chill. It was like a little hip hop night you had.
It was my friend's thing. We did have some of the coconut teasers.
Is that what it's
on
called?
Sunset in Fairfax?
Maybe it's not the coconut teaser, but there was a spot I'd go. You'd invite us sometimes. It was it looked like a little Latino bar. It was downstairs, and you'd have like a night in there, like a hip hop night. It was kind of close to where you were. I want to say close to the 10.
Oh, that's probably then where I met you at. That was.
Shit, maybe.
It was.
Maybe that is where.
It looked like maybe. Well, there's an apartment on top, I guess, where she lived.
I think so.
And it had like a little martini glass and a cigarette in there, whatever.
That's dope.
A neon light.
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was called, the name of the spot.
But that was tight, man. Because
that's where we met. And
I would get sharper right there, because I remember us being there for hours. Him cutting it up,
the craft.
getting it down. Yeah. And it was not no auto-tune bullshit or any of that. It was like, boom, okay, ready? All right, let's go.
No hall effect on the mic.
Nah. Maybe a little echo on the mixer.
2 turntables and a microphone.
Nah, bro, old school.
You remember your first rap you ever flowed or?
No.
Or wrote?
I don't think so. I never wrote any. I never wrote anything. No, it was just freestyling because I always felt like that was the sharpest from my brain.
Yeah.
You know, and then I see fools get on their phone and shit. I'm like, oh, fucking, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
To me, for like painting, it's like spray painting.
Yeah.
Using tape and a brush or you could. I can't say. Right now it's different, but when we were coming up, it was all can control. You use that, you get clown.
Yeah,
Any little stuff was like, I suppose a toy. He can't get down just with his hand, right? So that's kind of how I feel with the flowing. When it was like really freestyling, you can kind of tell sometimes when fools are going off written shit, or you've heard it before, like, man, you know. When you could really tell they're getting it is when it's like in the moment. Hey, rap about that, or hey, what about her? Then you know, oh shit, okay, you're gonna find out.
Really you're
gonna find out right there because it's in the moment. He has no time to practice, he or she, you know. So that to me was like. It was a test for the brain. Yeah. And I was like, man, I want to do this. And then I would see people wanting to be rappers and them getting gear and image or trying to be this, going to studios. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That ain't me, man. I don't want to fucking do this. We're going to style you like this. Nah, bro. I don't want to do that shit. Yeah. So I'd rather just be able to be good and go just rip that ass somewhere, you know? That is the best shit. When you walk in, they're like, oh, this is goofy motherfucker. Like, all right, fool.
And then
you all of a sudden,
shut it down.
Shit. I've seen it before. I've seen it. I love when that happens. Yeah. Someone comes in, no one knows them, no one knows her, and boom. You know?
At that same house where I stayed, actually I stayed in my sister's garage, and me and my brother-in-law had built some walls within the garage to make my room. And so we only had drywall on the outside and it was framework on the inside of my room. So him and his friends would come over and they'd like tag up all on the inside of my walls and stuff. So there's graffiti and everything. And
that's badass.
We'd just get like
faded, right? We basically
trees in there.
Fucking get some 32s,
like
some
the
40s.
Door and smoke this door.
Get busy, man. We were getting busy. I loved it.
It'd get hot in there, you know, and it was cold because I had no insulation. So like during the winter when they come down, it was cold. We're all with our jackets on. And after about 20 minutes of being in there, it'd be warm. We'd get hot and then we'd have to open the door for let the cool air from outside.
Nah, I loved it, man. It was like a exercise or practicing.
So then it was sharpening your skills.
A few years later, my sister divorced her husband.
Yes.
And so now the kids grown up, moved out. Her kids grown up, moved out of the house. She had her new boyfriend there, and she let me throw a birthday party there. And at the time, I was working for the city at a swimming pool.
Yes.
So I invite over a few of the lifeguards, and they're all like surfer stoner kids. So they invite all their friends. There must have been about 150 people there or more. It seemed like 300, you know.
So you guys
and I invited Mural down. He comes down, and there's this guy that thinks he could rap, and he had these like 2 really good-looking Nepalese girls with him. And you know, he thought he was all bad, and he's rapping and stuff, and so he decides to battle Mural. And
was
Mural,
he drinking? Was he drinking?
No. Mural tore him up, dude. And like, dude was like, you got me, you know. He made him look bad in front of them 2 girls he thought he was all badass in front of. And we had this little cipher in the kitchen. I was making jungle juice. So I was trying to sell jungle juice, make a little ends meet, you know, sell some nickel bags and stuff. And my friend Blue, who had used to DJ at Radiotron and all that stuff, was DJing.
Oh, nice. Radiotron, that's another old school spot right there, bro.
Yeah, and he's in Arizona now, so maybe if he ever comes down to Cali, I can try to get him and we can interview him.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That'd be dope, man.
I was one of my best birthday parties I've ever had. I mean, to this day, you know, just
cool.
a bunch of people partying, have a good time, get drunk, stoned, and
music,
no fights,
no
knuckleheads.
That's the best, man. When there's no fucking, don't get shot, no drama between like your friends. Because that fucks it up, man. It kills it when things are flowing, things are going good.
Yeah.
And it was a trip though, because there's all these like upper class kind of white kids. You know, parents have money and they're like stoner surfer kids, you know, white kids, and they're at this party, and I got some thug friends, and my sister, the guy she's dating, he's like full on. So
it's gonna
collapse. You had a mix and match of people.
That's cool. That's the best,
and no
man.
one got crazy on anybody. Everyone had a good time.
And you learn shit. You learn shit.
You
learn shit too when you're with other people you don't usually chill with. It forces you a little uncomfortable, but I learn more.
It brings you out of your comfort zone. You socialize.
Bro.
Hey man, you know.
What do you do?
Network,
what we do. Yeah.
Networking, brother.
That's what I feel, man. I feel that.
Yeah, so a lot of these mixtapes that we do too, well, not mixtapes,
you got me
like
curious now. I would love to hear some of that old school mixtape.
You gotta bring a tape deck, and I'll bring tape down.
Or the one I loved, I still even I want is In the Streets from Ed O.G. When you would fucking play that, I was like,
I was just telling you
that is the streets of the ghetto, bro. You got a little freestyle. That one when that just came
be his favorite song.
Yeah,
put it, man. Faster beat.
You got a little freestyle.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah. Yep.
That shit's hard.
Yeah, what up, baby? Man, it's like being in the garage, about to let off and hit you like a barrage of shots like fools gangbanging. But for me, man, it's just word slanging. I try to connect them together like Legos and lines on the train or cars on a train. It's like being on the tracks with ultra flat blacks. I'm now thinking about the kill mob and our attacks. I'm grateful to you guys. You guys kept me who I am today. Yup, it's a S2K all damn motherfucking day. From 88, it's what I wanted to spray. Since then, it's been staying that way. I've been invited to get inside of other crews, but to me, man, I'm like, look, we've had homeboys get in 2, 3, and 4 damn crews. How you going to be down with all these people? If one fights the other one, you got to pick a side. So I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying on my side. It's kill crew pride all damn day. I'm from the SGV in LA. I want to make sure I stay polished like a jewel. And I'm sharp, so when any fool comes into my circle or into my game, I'm going to make sure you know my crew and my name. It's Mural 1, there is no 2, unless my son wants to be the Mural 2. But I'll tell him, nah, son, you don't want to be no 2. You want to go be a number 1 and be you. Come out like Optimus Prime, drop bombs on motherfuckers and give them a good rhyme, a good piece of art, but whatever you do, make sure you do it with heart. Grandma taught me that, and the old grandpa that I had told me that. Watch your back and watch your front, because it's the ones in front that are gonna stunt, right? Wu-Tang, baby. It's that 90s shit. I gotta keep my things together, protect the gift. Some say God gave you this, and I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a God, but I can tell you I am grateful for everything I have, every word I can breathe, everything that I achieve. Got what I want, and I also get what I need. What's up to the Black Book crew? What's up, Claudia? Steph? What's up, Emmy? What's up, Cara? Our crew is small, but we're tough, man. That's what I feel. I look at old things and I do my history. I listen to old school beats. I came from old school streets. I keep that as my discipline. So no matter what game or where I'm in, I'm gonna do the best I can, make sure my tongue stays smooth, make sure that I can ride that groove. I'm gonna hug it like a race car does a track. And when I'm done with that, I ain't gonna look back. I could make some mistakes. I might have some regrets, but the main thing is make sure you don't sweat. Don't fall off track, don't fall off. I don't giggle, I don't laugh when I rhyme. I don't waste no time. I don't waste a second or a bar. If I want to be the best, I want to be the best by far. I ain't trying to come in by a little lead. I don't want a photo finish. I want to cross that finish line, have a swig of brew, and still wait for the next motherfucker to come through. That's the way I am. That's the way it is. I'm going to treat my life like it's a damn biz. I'm the Mural 1 to this day, no 2. If you want it with me, I'll come for you. Just let me know, homeboy. I'll get it off that head. That's what I've been known for, and that's what I'm going to die for. I'm gonna be a freestyle to the day I die, until they carry my ass or light me to fry. I would like to go out like a Viking on a boat, put me on the ocean and light me to burn. That would be the ideal. My name's Eric too. I heard the origin is like an old Viking, right? That's the way I feel. Thanks, you guys.
Fire, bro. Good.
Right.
Badass shit.
Thank you very much.
Badass shit, dog.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about your tattoo days.
Oh man, I try to do that, and some of them came out nice,
that's
but
part of the art right there.
I fuck some people up. I mean, that's all right, man.
That's cool, bro.
But
shit,
that's the guitar string.
I fucking
cassette
old
motor
school.
right there.
Yep.
Oh, you
like a prison.
Hey, you made it?
Like a prison, yeah.
Oh,
like a
shit.
prison tattoo style, man.
Badass, bro.
Nah, I wish I would have apprenticed.
Yeah.
My homies that do it now, that are really good. What's up to Ozzy?
Yeah.
And Gaba. What's up, you guys? I see your work on Instagram. You guys are killing it.
Damn,
I wish I would do what you guys did. I think they apprenticed. They learned under a master.
Yeah.
And they're sick with it. They're masters right now, like
it's kind of like what you
black
were
and white.
Yeah, what you were saying about the DJing, bro. You got to carry the records first,
Yeah.
dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the one to carry the records
it's
first.
a bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
you gotta
bitch.
pay the dues, you know what I'm saying?
I think it helps you, bro.
No, yeah.
Doing some dishes before you become the chef, you know, knowing how to take shit.
Yeah,
you're right. It's I guess like prospects when they get into clubs and stuff, you know, you kind of have your amateurs, your apprentices. They gotta learn. They're going getting the tools. They're gonna carry shit. While the journeymen and the masters are, laying down the engineering. I believe that's right.
We're all like sponges, bro, because then you're around greatness.
Yep.
You're gonna become great.
That's
bro.
what I feel.
Yeah, bro.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel.
But we have to be humble enough to be aware of that, consciously aware of that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, dude, like, shit, that's what I told this dude, man. Teach me how to scratch, bro. Teach me how to scratch, bro. Hey, bro, he keeps telling me, yeah, all right, well, come by this thing.
Bring your own needle,
I go, bro. Hey, bro, I go. He's the one scratching and shit. I'm observing.
Did you see me?
That only happened once. You only came over once.
Yeah.
Nah, that's something you gotta practice. Like, it's just like drawing, where you gotta get one, get a turntable or two, and make mistakes, man. That's one of those things. Just like graph.
Yeah, bro.
Like anything, I guess, right? The more you do it, the better you get.
You gotta put your time into it.
10,000 hours, right?
A mastery, dog.
I heard that before.
10,000 hours.
I believe that's right. I believe that's pretty right.
Before the universe will give, the universe will give back
10,000 hours investment. You should be decent or good at what you do, right? What you chose. At least decent. Yeah. You might not be the king of the block, but you should be able to handle yourself, right?
Yeah. I noticed you brought some books. Do you have some artwork in those?
Yeah, I brought them just in case
What's the old time?
You can check them out.
What's the old time graffiti movie, man? Wild Style.
Oh, I like that.
Shit,
I like that. Yeah. So this is some of the stuff that I'm making. I don't know if you can. Right. This is an older book right here. Well, I don't know how old this one is. Well, it has Moon Rock in it, so maybe not that old. This is what else I have.
Shit, dude, that's some good stuff.
Oh,
wow, dude.
Letter schemes. Right. Sometimes we'll do these. These are like freeway letters, right? Kind of bold, simple, easy to read.
That's some badass shit.
Yeah, doing it for the crew. Oh, this was a mural we did at a barber shop. Doesn't have the full color. I didn't put a print out on it.
What was the first mural that you did?
Oh man, I forget what the hell it was.
Do you know?
I was doing like Garfield, Mickey Mouse with a boombox, fresh. I was doing the shit I saw from New York. You know what I mean? I was like, hey man, I didn't know.
You. Oh, dude, that's some
dope
stuff.
They were in Oregon. I think it was Echo Zones.
Oh, yeah. You know what, bro? Turn that light on for me. Yeah. That's it. Just that.
Oh man, this one right here.
There you go.
This right here is from my uncle.
What the?
Passed away. He was from San Pedro. When he died, man, I did. This is probably one of my favorites right here.
You incorporated the helmet there, the Rams.
He's a Rams fan, man. He was an old school Rams fan, like 70s, probably like your dad, like he got right.
Dude,
he was old school Rams fan, man. He had a cat. He loved his cat. He loved cars. He liked women. He had some pretty chicks. I remember them saying, "Hey, you're your uncle, man."
Sounds like my dad.
That's some badass shit.
Girlfriends.
Yeah. Oh, this was the cover I did. That it was like kind of. I try to do something kind of abstract there when I start the books off. You know, these guys can see that.
Man, that's a great artwork.
That's. I got. I got like a. I want to say I have about 10 or 11. Oh, this one is pretty.
Did you ever thought of like incorporating some of that like in a book for kids and stuff?
Oh, you know what? People told me, hey, Mural, you'd be good for like a.
You know what I'm saying? Like to.
Oh shit, that's an old black book.
For the younger generation, maybe like a. You know what I'm saying? Like a. What would you call it, bro? Like a. So the kids could
you know what? They could color it even. just learn, I guess, if there's. Oh yeah, these are drawings I was doing.
Wow, bro, that's like.
Yeah, these would be good for like tattooing right here.
Yeah, that's
for like
bro,
a stencil or
read my mind, bro.
Or a flash. Like, yeah, that would.
Or even a stencil book, bro. Like,
C-3PO looking one.
These were like affliction stuff. Excuse me. This is older.
Maybe it was. It looked like a full page.
Man, you got that.
Yeah, dude, man, this shit is actually better than what. Oh, this is Black Book. This is Black Book too. Black Book. That's what I'm working on. I just when you guys said, hey, you can have a time to your event. So we're having an event.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. May 17th, you guys.
Yes.
It's an art contest we do for kids.
May 17th. Art.
Yeah, I have some flyers I brought right here.
All right.
Yeah. It's free to enter, and then we're also gonna have Echo and Vela are members of the crew that I'm from.
Yes.
They're sick, man. They are gonna battle Hippie, and I'm not sure who the other artist is from BAC crew in Riverside.
Okay.
IE. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We have was this is Misty, I believe, and my son. This is my lady and my son. I think when he was born or when he was younger, them chilling together. Yeah.
Man. Great.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. But I have about 10 to 12 of these.
Books?
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, I got one I'm on right now. Oh, this is like a samurai home. I didn't finish this. Sometimes I didn't finish them. It's kind of fucked up.
Fucking amazing, bro.
Right.
That's cool, bro.
Oh, I like this one. This is an older book. I haven't done these collages like I used to. I've been screwing up, man. I haven't been pushing my mind. I've been not stuck, but I'm working. Yeah. So I'm out looking, trying to hustle work and jobs and money.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is a little more. I feel like when I was, when I think I was at Hybrid, I remember I would go to the clothing conventions in Vegas. Magic. They were called Magic, but there was other ones too. Yeah. There was like side shows also. Echo. Okay. Mark Echo used to have
Echo brand and stuff like that.
I think he had Complex magazine. They would have like a side show. Yeah. But the big dog was Magic. That was at the convention center. Yeah. A lot of people in there. So when we went, you get a lot of like giveaways, magazines. They would give out magazines right there. Yeah. Stickers, just different shit. Some people were giving out garments. So when I got back to the office, I would chop a lot of that stuff up, make collages, and do reports.
Wow, that's
of like what I thought colors were, font styles,
what we saw bandana,
what we thought the themes were coming. Trying to forecast. What is coming down the line? What do we think graphically is going to sell? What's going to be strong? So I remember doing that. That was dope, man. The collages were dope because it was a little different than painting or doing drawings.
You're adding a different perspective to your.
Yep. Exactly. Sometimes there's texture. If you put something with a little texture, you can do plastic or something on there, something shiny or reflective. Cool
stuff, man.
Nah, you guys.
And you know what, man? The dress, though, everything goes together, bro. You know what I'm saying with the culture and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it all flows through. Where's your flyer at for your event?
I have that. I have that in my bag right there, you guys. Yep. Yeah.
So we can
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, we could share it, and I'll take a picture of it.
I appreciate you, man.
And put it on.
So, I'm going to leave these with you here too at the business,
all right,
okay?
Cool. Yeah,
this is the event right here, you guys.
And what day is it on?
May 17th. I don't know if you guys can see that.
May 17th.
Yeah, May 17th at
Saturday, May 17th, 2012.
12 to 5, you guys.
12 to 5.
Right.
What are the ages? Do you know the ages?
9 years old to 24 years old. So we have 9 years old to 13 are in a group, first, second, third place.
Yes.
And we have 14 to 17. First, second, third place also. And then we have 18 to 24, the older group.
Awesome, man.
And same thing, first, second, third place. I believe anyone can win best in show, but it's usually between the 14 and 24 year olds.
Wow.
A lot of times the 9 and 13, there's some bad 9, 13 year olds too that bring some pretty advanced stuff. But usually I'd say the older cats and girls.
Yes.
Some of them have some schooling, you can tell. Or they are gifted because they're sometimes they're just, you can tell they're a little more advanced. Like I don't know if they got color theory. And people tell us like, well, we pick judges at random. So our pool of judges is usually a couple professionals, parents, could be a business owner from the community. So we pick them. It's not the same judges, and it's their perspective. We're asking them, what do you think out of this lot you feel stood out the most to you, feels the strongest? So cool. It kind of moves. We don't have a criteria where it's in this bracket. Okay, you went 40%, you get this, right? It's kind of in the eye of the beholder. Okay. So sometimes parents were like, well, how come my kid didn't win? You know, and they've gotten pissed. I've saw kids cry, and I want to tell them, hey, don't take it. Don't try not to take it like that. I get it, because I wanted crest when I got my ass kicked in art battles, or you know, I submitted something that I wanted to win a contest and I didn't. But it takes a lot of heart to go get into it. I know it, because it's like someone's gonna judge your stuff, and you're going with your peers. You know, a lot of times I've noticed
you gotta have, as long as you're in there. That's why I try to tell my son, for say with basketball, that dude, don't worry about it. You're playing in front of a crowd. Just have fun with it. Go with it. As long as you're in it, you already made it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get down. You're already
try
in
to be
it.
Comfortable, right? Try to have fun. Try to have fun. Because when it gets serious, even now, 50 years old, when I start stressing, I think, I made a mistake, and I'm trying to recover. I'm not in peace, man. I start making it worse. I start trying to fix it. I start, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, it's messed up. And I notice I'm not like in a good rhythm. If I'm having fun, I'm in a good rhythm, things moving on top, you're flowing, man.
Hey, brother,
and it's better.
So Mural, how often do you have these events like that for the
Twice a year right now. Every 6 months we're doing them. And on it right now, the pattern for us has been spring around now, April, May, and then we do it around back to school time, around September, October, around Halloween.
And what are the prizes?
Art supplies. So we have like piece book in there, graphite pencils, ink pens, acrylic paint. We usually put some canvases in there, ruler, some cases or a case to hold your stuff and organize it.
Giving back to the community.
I want to do that. The roots of the Black Book Session are, I was doing these classes at Landmark Education. Yes. And it was like first class was kind of on me. Regrets, and maybe one thing what came for me was my mom, man. I had a gang animosity towards my mom, right? So unpacking, I guess, things that might be not visible to you or that might be weighing us down, right? Asking yourself a lot of questions in the mirror. So I did that. After that first class, I was like, shit, my mom. And I was wondering, man, because a lot of my relationships would fail. I didn't trust women, man. And I would fuck around a lot, right? So I'm like, they can't trust me. What I came to with that, what their theories were, you know, they weren't like, hey, this is your problem, buddy, you're number 5. No, they were like, hey, we believe the roots of this
stem
from your mom. Like, they told us your judgment of male and female are your mom and dad usually when you're born, and that sticks with you. If you got a rough childhood, boy, you know, you're gonna have a rough outlook. A lot of people when you're older.
That's what you're getting shaped and molded
as. You're like a canvas. You're like a canvas or a sponge.
Yeah, you're soaking in
so everything. What you're soaking in is what's kind of creating you. You know. So I did that. The second class was about community, getting sense of your crew, like your house, your block, your city, and like they described it like a pebble in the water, how that ripple goes out. Being aware, you know, from your driveway to the world, right?
How you affect
others, and how we all do. If I throw trash, if I fucking hurt a little kid, stab someone in the back, maybe do bad business. That negative shit is rippling out, right? And I'm fucking selfish. I believe a lot of us are selfish because we try to do what makes us happy. But this was kind of like get more aware of what you said. What things are around? What is anyone hurting around you? What can you put in? Is something missing right here? Are we struggling?
You know,
how can we help?
Be consciously aware
so,
in everything that we do. You know.
Yeah, brother. I did that, and every time I was like, oh shit, I had a little more clarity. And the last class that I did was a self-expression leaders program.
Wow.
And that one was, okay, clean your room a little bit. You got a sense of your area and people.
Your environment.
What will you do about it?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. Like, all right, you could talk and you can complain. You could bitch all day. What will you do? Will you do something or just let it keep going?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Art supplies. It's like, but we steal all the time.
Yeah.
We'd go to art stores and jack because they were so expensive. We didn't have the money. We were welfare babies, you know? Food stamps and
Everything
shit.
was tough growing up.
Yeah, we were jacking. We were jacking most of our shit. I didn't ask my mom for money. She's a dope fiend. You know, so it's like, I knew she didn't have much money, and if she did, it was going to go to dope anyway. Yeah. I'm on my own on this mother. You know, you don't have to go with my homies and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's what came up for me was art supplies, man, because, you know, this is, I don't know if this is snobby, but those shitty art supplies are shitty art supplies. When you're drawing with those cheap plastic-ass bristle brushes, crappy-ass lead, shitty paper, you can still get down because you have the gift or you have the passion. But when you draw with some better shit, you get a better effect.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference. You feel better when you're rolling. The outcome of what you made usually is better, so you're more proud of it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. I'm trying to get, it's not the top professional, highest acrylic, but it ain't trash either. It's enough for you could probably paint a Levi jacket with it if you had to do some kicks, you know?
Do you have anything that people could donate to you for?
That's what we need help with now, you guys. We have it's called blackbookSession.com.
Okay.
And that's our website for you to check us out if you want to see photos, a little background on what we're doing.
So like if people want to donate money to help for the kids, and then when you do have another event, just send it to my boy or send it to us, and then we'll share it, bro. Every time you have the event that you're giving back for the kids, let us know, and then we'll share it. You know?
I'm going to take you up on this, fellas, because I do need help. Why? Before I didn't worry about money. I mean, maybe we always worry about money. You always want to get some more, so you're on a cushion, right? I don't need enough to be flashy. We don't need it for flashy or luxury. But when I worked at Hybrid, what Hybrid would do, that's the guy, Jared. This man, Jared Dogan, he was the owner of Hybrid at the time, and I did the project, right? And the first project that I did was in Alhambra at a coffee shop, and it was funny. It was like a birthday party. We had about 12 kids roll out, right? I did what we did here, made some flyers, put up some posters, and I want to say about 8 to 12 kids came to the coffee shop, and it's exactly what it is now.
And that's what it started.
We put it up, and that was the project I did for the class, right?
Wow.
And even the people I was in the class with, a lot of them were there, right? And the things that were required of it, I couldn't pay for something. I had to enroll people into what's possible. Like you said right now, hey, when you need help, bro, let me know. We'll help you, right? So that was one of the requirements. I couldn't go just with my money and go pay for everything. I had to get people to want to help me. That this was worth it. You know what I mean? So
so if you set up something like a GoFundMe or something, whatever, just share it. And
all right.
Or go to
I have the website. We have the website. It's blackbooksessions.com. We have our donate button right on there. I'm not sure if we'll be able to take funds right now. If you come to the event, this is where we do need help, you guys. I know we have our jar out there. We are going to need help now. Before, like I said, the company, we had a warehouse sale. The warehouse sale, they would give us part of that funds, and at the end of the year for taxes. So that was kind of our budget for us to move. We don't have that no more, so it's on us.
So
I have
everybody
some money
out there listening, man, go to the website, donate if you can, man, or show up to the event and show some support. He's giving back to the youth, man. Mural One. Thank you for stopping by, DJ Mayo. Any last questions? Any last words?
No, nothing.
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
By.
I appreciate
Mural
you guys.
One, man.
Thank you for coming, my
STK.
Yeah, brother. What's up, crew? What's up?
Peace, love, and light. We out of here, man.
That's right, baby.
Peace.
Thank you.